Welcome back to Talk of the Town on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
Welcome back to Talk of the Town for this Tuesday, January 11th. I'm Gary Stevens. It is the second Tuesday of the month, which means we spend the next few minutes going over what is going on at the Holland Museum, located on 10th and River in downtown Holland. And joining us today via the Zoom connection is the Education and Community Programs Manager, Michelle Stempien, and the Development and Communications Associate Director, Katie Baker. Ladies, good morning. I welcome both of you back to Talk of the Town and wish both of you a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you very much. And by the way, if you have a question about what's going on at the museum, those of you listening can step in anytime via the telephone at 616-395-1450, 616-395-1450. Unfortunately, I always say we chat on the second Tuesday, which more often than not comes after the second Monday of the month, which is the free Monday at the museum, a chance for people to see what the Holland Museum is like without having to make a financial commitment. But it's not only the second Monday of this month, but the third Monday of this month is going to be free. Michelle or Katie, tell us about what will happen a week of this coming Monday for the Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday.
Yes, we are excited again to host our MLK Day celebration on the 17th. So that is next Monday, and it is a free day. The entire day at the museum is free. So we open at 10 o'clock and we close at 5. That whole day is free. So we hope you'll come see us. We have special activities going on. We will have a gallery scavenger hunt. And one that connects to a timeline of Martin Luther King Jr.'s life and legacy. It also connects to a series of images we have of inventors of color, and of course to see our galleries. And we will have activities in our Spark Lab, art activities and other activities going on in our Spark Lab all day long. And we will also have a recording of students reading Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech, students from Inno Academy. We will have that recording playing all day long. And we will have activity kits for people to take home. And starting at 11 o'clock on the hour, we will be reading a children's book, talking about Martin Luther King Jr. and his legacy, or maybe just some of the ideas that he proposed about equality and equity. And so we will be reading a different children's book every hour between 11 and 4.
It would have been nice that if there was a direct tie-in, maybe an appearance that the Reverend Dr. King may have made in Holland. Unfortunately, that was not the case. But what tie-ins can there be other than just the general tie-ins for the day here in Holland that might be of specific interest involving the Holland Museum?
Well, we really are just putting forth the ideas of peace and community, and we will be asking questions about what can you do in your community to promote peace, to promote equality, to promote equity, to support people of color, to be part of your community, and that we are all part of the same community. So we will have questions in the galleries that people can answer. We will have activities, and part of our activity booklet will be asking some of those questions and asking people, what can you do for your community to follow the lessons that Dr. King put out there so many years ago that we still need to learn today.
It really makes the holiday poignant. It's not just it's a 3-day holiday, 3-day weekend and all that. And there's a reason why there's a holiday, and what the Holland Museum is putting together would certainly tie in with that. But Katie, the 17th is also the end of a long-running exhibit over at the museum involving our friends with Latin Americans United with Progress.
Yes, it's our final chance for you to take advantage to see the United for Progress, the Laup story. So we have this coming weekend. So we have the next chance you can come in is Friday, Saturday, and Monday, and then the exhibit will close. It's been a wonderful celebration of this organization in Holland. And our next exhibit opens February 4th. So by the time we come in next, we will have a new exhibit opening.
It is an important time for the Holland Museum, Katie Baker, because a very important fundraiser, but a fun night is coming up on January 28th. Tell us all about it.
2 years ago, we were able to host an event right before everything shut down, about 6 weeks before everything shut down, called Museum on Tap. And it was a really fun evening of beer, wine, cider, silent auction, 50-50 raffle, and a small exhibit about history of brewing, focusing on some of the, we had highlights at that point of the history of the beverage distributors that were there, which was great. This time the exhibit's a little bit more robust, and it's going to highlight, also talk about the temperance movement. So kind of different. So if you attended last time, it will be different, which is exciting. We are again featuring a silent auction, 50-50 raffle. So you get a chance to win some money or some great prizes. I just stopped in this morning. Hope College was very generous and donated some tickets. So if you're a sports fan or a theater fan, we got some opportunities for you to pick up some silent auction goodies and also drink some delicious beverages. We have beverages from Bell's Brewery, Grand Armory Brewing, which is in Grand Haven, One Well, which is in Kalamazoo. We just added One Well. So the last time I was here in December, we didn't talk about One Well because they hadn't signed up yet, but we're thrilled to have them. And then we have Pigeon Hill, which is north Muskegon area, Saugatuck Brewing, St. Julian's Winery, Three Blondes Brewing, which is from South Haven. And that's a woman-owned business, which we're thrilled to host. And then Tanglewood Winery. So we've got some new locations coming to join us and some returning favorites, which is awesome. Tickets include 6 4-ounce pours. It's a little bit different for the wine, but most wine drinkers know that. And we also have member tickets or general tickets. So if you are a member, you get in a little bit cheaper. If you are want to just join us, that's great. If you're waiting to see what the weather might do, or in general, I'm not sure if you have a babysitter yet, there are at the door tickets available. Those will go up a little bit to $50. I just had somebody who said that they love silent auctions. So they bought, they're not a big beverage fan, but they want to support the museum too. So they are coming as a designated driver. We have $10 designated driver tickets, which include soda and some yummy goodies from the Not Spot pretzels. And also I'm looking at some popcorn. So we have some very generous sponsors: Smith Hoy, Rice and Rogie, EV Construction, Coldwell Banker, 80 Boss Vending Services, Macatawa Bank, Opus Packaging, and Remax Heather Davis. So we are thrilled to have all of our sponsors and supporters join us for this really fun event. I had so much fun 2 years ago. My husband is very tall, and he's walks around and tells you to buy the 50-50 raffle tickets, harasses you to buy those. So if you see him, you can poke at him. He's very happy to do that. So, and we have a great time, and you got these really fun glasses, and they're different from last time. So I've got this one right here, and you can see, I'll show you, it's a little bit different shape than 2 years ago. So it's going to be a collector's item, Gary. You're definitely going to want to grab one of these and come to the event and join us. So it's going to be really fun. So I'm happy to answer questions about that, but I am just thrilled to host this again. I think everybody's ready. It's late enough in the month that you can, you're recovered from the holidays and you're looking for something to do. And if you have dry January, it's almost over. So, it's close enough to the end of the month, I think. So.
Now, I don't want to put you in a position of being an historian, because the museum, to a certain extent, you have to be somewhat historians as well.
Absolutely.
But I get the feeling that we're in, shall we say, a golden age, no pun intended, of adult beverages being produced here in the Holland, Zeeland, and Lakeshore area. So many microbreweries have popped up that have been very successful. And it's almost as if, the museum better stash up a few things because, say, in about 50 years with our successors in line, they might have an exhibit about the 2020s as being a golden age of brewing and microbreweries in the Holland Zeeland area.
Well, sure. Think about 100 years ago. We were in the roaring 20s, and that was the highlight of the beverage area, 100 years ago. So why not? Let's celebrate. I mean, if you want to come dressed as a flapper, I won't stop you. So there you go.
No bands though, but that's okay. That's okay.
No bands. And you know why? Here's why. Because I want you to be able to enjoy your friends that you're with, and it is loud in the armory. I'm in the armory, and the acoustics are not the most favorable just because of it's a large gym, and I was worried that a band would overpower the sound in there. And we want you to be able to hear what the breweries are talking about. We'll play some low music going on in the background, no bands, but I definitely want you to be able to talk to the representatives from the beverage companies that are coming to hear that. And then also we want you to be able to we have someone coming from Hope College to talk about the history of brewing and the science behind the brewing as well. So if you want to get a little bit more information from that, or maybe you want to know more about the museum, we're going to have representatives from the museum able to talk about all the programs that you're supporting by coming, because all the proceeds, thank you to our sponsors, because all the proceeds go directly back to the museum and all of our great programming so that we can offer those for free, like the Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And we're able to offer those at a super reduced price than we would able to, or for free to the community. And it's because of programs like Museum on Tap, fundraisers like Museum.
Yeah. But of course, also things like, say, Spark Lab.
Oh, Spark Lab is so much fun. If you haven't stopped in a Spark Lab recently, it's always changing and it's great. And so we want to continue those, and we need to be able to have funding to do that. And I don't want to just have my hand. I mean, I'll have my hand out and say, hey, could you give me some money? But I would also like to offer you a great evening of beverages that you might not have tried before. So
it will work out as well. There is one program before we take the break, Michelle Stempien, that's coming up next week that ties in a little bit with what is going on next Monday with the events surrounding the Martin Luther King Day celebration. Talk a little bit about Tales from the Archives, the legend of the Black Dutchman.
Yes, I am very excited about this program. And honestly, it was kind of a fluke that I managed to find this speaker. And we are so glad he's not coming back to Holland, but we will have him on Zoom. So for our next installment series, the Tales from the Archives, we will be hosting historian and Georgetown University professor and Hope College graduate, Professor Michael Duma. And he will be telling a really interesting story. And this research was research he did as a student at Hope College and with the help of the museum using our archives. He did research on a story that he followed about a formerly enslaved child who was brought to Holland after the Civil War with a Dutch soldier. And this child grew up and lived with a Dutch immigrant family here in Holland, learned Dutch and worked in the family business. And so we will be hearing more about this really incredible story about this young boy who came and lived in Holland after the Civil War. So we are just so excited to be able to have this program. It will be on Zoom. It is Thursday, January 20th. It is at 7:00. You can sign up through Eventbrite through the Holland Museum website. So if you go to our website and find the page, you'll be able to register through Eventbrite, and we will get you the link before the program starts. And we just look forward to hosting Professor Duma and hearing more about this incredible story.
There are a couple of other activities that Michelle will be coming up after the time we chat, but let's put them on the calendar for the month of February. One coming up on February the 10th.
Yes. So we, as Katie mentioned previously, we have a new exhibition opening at the museum in February. So starting February 4th, we'll have an exhibition called Contemporary Portraits of Contemporary Native Americans by James Cook, who is a Michigan artist, a photographer, who's worked as a freelance journalist with works in publications such as Time and Newsweek and Forbes. And he has spent much of his career building relationships with Native American communities across the country and documenting their lives and the individuals who are part of those tribes. And so some of the photographs, about 25 of them, will be on display in the museum starting February 4th. So on February 10th, the next Thursday at 7 o'clock, at this point, we're planning on this program being at the museum, but it could switch to Zoom, possibly. But at this point, James Cook will be at the museum on February 10th at 7 o'clock to talk about his work and how he has built these relationships with various Native American communities and done these photographs, which really embrace their heritage and telling their stories. And so he is going to be speaking that evening. He will also speak again on February 24th. He's had such a long and important career that we couldn't do it all in one night. So we decided to split it into 2 evenings. So there'll be part 1 and part 2.
And the other thing that's coming up, and again, we'll probably be on before that particular event, Valentine's Day and is on a Monday. And Michelle, you're not going to let that day go by without something at the museum, are you?
Well, exactly. It's Valentine's Day. It's Monday. It happened to actually fall on our free second Mondays. So we are going to have a special program on Monday, February 14th from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, which is when the museum is free on our free second Mondays. And it is our History Lovers Date Night. So bring a friend, bring a partner, bring your significant other, come on your own, doesn't matter. Just come out and we're going to have a fun history gallery scavenger hunt. We're going to have some Valentine's activities. We're just going to have a good time and it'll all be free. So come to the museum on February 14th for a free date night.
For more information on all the events going on at the Holland Museum and a little bit more about the special or the new exhibit, and Michelle sort of talked a little bit about that this morning, go to the website, hollandmuseum.org. And not only do you have information about what's going on at the museum, but also information about how you can be a part of the museum as a member. There are separate stages of membership that are available for those who wish to be a part of the museum. Not only, depending on your budget, you can be able to be a part to help support this very worthwhile effort to maintain and to enrich our history in the Holland Zeeland area. Katie Baker, Michelle Stempien, I want to thank both of you for joining us this morning on WHTC's Talk of the Town program, telling us what's going on at the museum. Best of what will be a fun night on the 28th for the fundraiser, and look forward to chatting with each of you again soon, if not next month, sometime during the year. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michelle Stempien and Katie Baker from the Holland Museum on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.